Good evening. Welcome to Reunion 2024. Thank you for being here. Good evening. Welcome. Ooh, now we're getting some volume. I'm Will Mitchell, Pomfret class of 1984. Woo! And Pomfret's Director of Advancement. Advancement is the piece of the school that's in charge of the weather. Thank you. I'm excited to welcome nearly 200 members of the Pomfret community back for Reunion 2024. We have alumni from the classes of 1954 to 2023 here. And I'd like to start off the evening with some recognition. First, with the highest percentage of alumni returning for Reunion this year, a special welcome to the class of 64 and class agent Paul Fowler. And next, with the most of attendees of any reunion class, a round of applause for the class of 1984. Our most senior alum in attendance this weekend was Bill O'Brien, class of 1954. Welcome, Bill. And traveling from the furthest away, unless someone tells us otherwise, joining us all the way from Guam is Joe Horton. So I'm here to kick off the evening, and I have the pleasure of welcoming Alumni Association Executive Council President Etienne Vasquez, 04, and Head of School Tim Richards for our Alumni Awards program. Etienne.
All right, I can tell we're a rowdy bunch, so we're just going to get through this here. Okay, thank you, Will. On behalf of the Alumni Association Executive Council, good evening and welcome back to the Hilltop. One of the most important roles of the Alumni Association Executive Council is to recognize the accomplishments and achievements of our alumni and other distinguished members of the Pomfret family. After an initial call for nominations, the AEC votes each year to select recipients, and these award winners are then invited to Reunion to be celebrated. As is our tradition, Head of School Tim Richards joins me in recognizing and celebrating our award winners. Tim?
Good evening, everyone. That was terrible. Try that again. Good evening, everyone. There we go. That's the energy we're after. Welcome. I'm so happy to be here tonight on this beautiful evening with you all to celebrate Reunion 2024. I'm proud to be nearing the end now of my 13th year at Pomfret School, and to be with you this evening. Tonight is actually kind of the final formal act of my 13th year, and I kind of start my 14th and final year as head of school. So my wife Ann and I have had a great time today and last night. We had a wonderful dinner last night with the class of 64. Thank you for your hospitality. But we are just overjoyed to be here with all of you tonight, celebrating and recognizing some specific folks with some great awards. Before we get going, as I try to do often, I want to give some appropriate and much deserved praise for some folks who are behind the scenes tonight. I want to first recognize Paige Billings. Paige. Paige is our Director of Alumni and Parent Engagement and has done an amazing job this year bringing so many of you back. Secondly, I want to thank Becky Grassi, who's our events manager. Becky, are you here? She's back. She's back doing what events people do at events, the stuff behind the scenes. I also want to recognize our great people from Flick Dining Services, or Pomfret Dining Services, as we like to call them, and particularly Lindsay LeBlanc, I know, is over there for this delicious meal that we've had this evening, so thank you. In gathering this evening, we celebrate our shared experiences on the Hilltop and the opportunity to be here together with each other once again in this wonderful place. The number of comments I've had from folks who haven't been back in a while, just remembering the beauty of this location is a testament to this place. And being together, of course, is what this is all about. It's especially fitting that we celebrate some alumni winners this evening, people who deserve the awards and the recognition that the Alumni Association bestows on them. Their lives exemplify the school's mission to pursue lives of purpose and meaning. So before we recognize our Alumni Association winners, we would like to first present the Clement Cup. It's a school award given in memory of Press Clement, class of 1940, which is awarded to that class agent who has demonstrated exemplary effort in sustaining communication with classmates. Hey folks, we're trying actually to recognize some folks up here. It's hard to do. I don't mean to be a scolding head of school, but Paul Fowler deserves our undivided attention. The Press Clement Cup is awarded to that class agent who has demonstrated exemplary effort in sustaining communication with classmates and maintaining above-average class participation in the Pomfret Fund. This award was established in 2007 to honor a current class agent who exemplifies the spirit in which Press Clement performed his class agent duties for 67 years, demonstrating dedication to his classmates and to Pomfret School. And the 2024 winner of the S. Prescott B. Clement Cup, as I said, is Paul Fowler, class of 1964.
Thank God somebody's trusting me out. Yeah. Hey, thank you very much. I'm honored to receive this. There are two things that I want to point out. One is Peter Clement, who is our class secretary, really set the bar for being a class agent. But after 40 some odd years, it sort of gets a little old. So you have to back it up with somebody. And I ended up being it. So the best thing is I inherited the roadmap from Peter Clement. The other thing is that it's not me. It's the class of 64 that did this. And I'd like them to stand up and tell you guys, give them the applause.
It's worth noting, just as Paul goes to sit down, with his service as class agent, participation in giving has always been incredibly strong, including more than 70% participation for each of the past 5 years. If every class could do 70% participation every year, we would be in a whole nother universe. So Paul, thank you. Next, we have the Alumni Association Achievement Medal, which is presented to alumni who have graduated within the last 25 years and who have demonstrated outstanding service to society and/or excellence in their endeavors. The 2024 recipient of the Alumni Association Achievement Medal is Matthew F. Lowell, class of 2004. Matt Lowell grew up in Oyster Bay, New York, playing travel hockey and playing the drums. He came to Pomfret attracted by the balance of education, art, and hockey, and he credits his music teacher, Bill Pratt, for changing the course of his life, encouraging him to explore his passion for music. Following the attacks of September 11th, which deeply affected him as a New Yorker, Matt was moved to write his first original song called "A City Cries Its Tears." Having never sung in public before, he shared his song with Bill Pratt, who encouraged him to share it with the student body during the school's memorial chapel service. After that, his life changed. He started his first band by chance on campus with fellow classmates including Etienne Vasquez, Spencer Bailey, Jesse Johnson, and Gordon Kloster. And during his senior year, he decided to forego his dream of playing college hockey and instead to attend Berklee College of Music. He moved to Los Angeles in 2015 and started a band called Low Moon. Matt's song Loveless helped them earn major label interest. They were signed to Columbia Records in 2015 by Rob Stringer, who's now the global head of music at Sony Music. Low Moon released its first record on Columbia Records and played Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel, Late Night with James Corden, and toured the world with various artists. The band has played major festivals, including the Governor's Ball, Shaky Knees, Lollapalooza, and many others. Low Moon has scored multiple top 10 national singles and has received critical acclaim for all 3 of their records. Their third record, I Wish You Way More Than Luck, is based upon Matt's time here at Pomfret and is inspired by the first time he sang in the chapel. Now the band will embark on a world tour this summer and next fall. Please welcome Matt, who's already here. Please join me in congratulating him as the 2024 recipient of the Alumni Association Achievement Award. The Pomfret School Alumni Award was established in 1963 and is given annually to an alumnus or alumna who has achieved distinction in his or her chosen profession and who has demonstrated ongoing interest, loyalty, and commitment to the school. Past Alumni Award winners have demonstrated professional success, as well as a willingness to maintain in a lifelong relationship with Pomfret. This award is one of the top 2 honors the Alumni Association gives to a member of the alumni community. The 2024 recipient of the Pomfret School Alumni Award is Michael Gary, class of 1982. I have to say, this isn't in the script, but the fact that I have an opportunity to bestow this award on this guy who's been so important to me as an educator, it means a ton. So that's off script, full of love for you, Michael. Michael currently serves as the head of Friends Select School in Philadelphia, an appointment he's held since 2016. Prior to his time at Friends Select, he served as director of admissions at Phillips Exeter for 14 years and as the director of admissions and financial aid for 6 years at the Petty School, where he also taught economics. He began his career in independent schools where? Pomfret. Woo! Having served as the associate director of admissions and director of multicultural affairs from 1989 to 1996. During this time, he was also faculty advisor to Voice alongside his wife, Trina, who's currently one of my bosses as a member of the Board of Trustees. And also a cherished influence in my professional life, as well as coaching basketball. Before starting his independent school career, Michael spent 3 years in the marketing department at Aetna Life and Casualty as an account executive at KGA Advertising Agency, something I learned today. He received his BA from Trinity College in Connecticut and a Master's of Education from Harvard University. Michael served on the Pomfret School Board of Trustees from 2008 to 2016. And he currently serves on the boards of the Pennsylvania Association of Independent Schools, Parkway Council, Athenaeum of Philadelphia, Independent Trust, Reading Aloud, and Trinity College. Please welcome Michael to the stage and join me in congratulating him as the 2024 recipient of the Pomfret School Alumni Award.
I promise I will not be long, but I will be remiss if I didn't say The real gift I received was back in 1979 when this place said, yes, come to Pomfret School. There are some of you out there who taught me. Please don't share about my performance as a student. And there's some of you who were in my dorm when I was a DA. Yeah, Rob, thank you. But you all should know statistically, there's no way that I should be in front of you. Youngest of 6, grew up in New Haven. My mom raised 6 of us on her own, and she still lives in New Haven. Getting to Pomfret really opened up worlds of possibilities to this inner city boy. And I would start with meeting Trina at Trinity. We met freshman year, got engaged sophomore year, and got married 3 weeks after graduation. And we will be celebrating 30 years of marriage come June 14th. So, with all sincerity, thank you for those of you who played some role in nominating me and voting that I should receive this distinguished award. It means so much to me. But truth be told, the award was given to me in 1979 when it said yes. So Pomfret, thank you.
In 1991, the Alumni Association established the William Beach Olmsted Distinguished Service Award. The award was created to recognize and honor distinguished, sustained, and dedicated service to Pomfret School. It is named in honor of the Reverend William Beach Olmsted, who served as headmaster for 32 years until his death in 1929. This is the school's highest honor bestowed upon an alumnus or a friend. The 2024 recipients of the William Beach Olmsted Distinguished Service Award are Marshall L. Eaton, class of 1970, and Virginia S. Eaton, parent, 1991. Marshall and Ginny Eaton both grew up here in Pomfret, Connecticut. Marshall attended Pomfret School from 1966 to 1970 and graduated from Tufts University in 1974. 2 years later, he returned to Pomfret to begin teaching mathematics. In 1980, Marshall and Ginny were wed in Clark Memorial Chapel, and they spent their first year of married life as dorm parents. In addition to his work in the classroom, Marshall served as math team advisor, department chair, senior master. Marshall was also a mainstay in the wrestling program for the majority of his 38 years as a faculty member. During the fall of 2021, he returned to Pomfret to teach one semester of Algebra 2 when we needed COVID support, and it was fantastic. Marshall also served as an advisor to Voice, a club for students of color, for 7 years. Ginny began working in the front office in 1985 as secretary to the Dean of Students. During this time, she became an advisor to Voice with Marshall, joining her a few years later. She organized fundraisers for the group and served as a chaperone for the National Association of Independent Schools People of Color Conference for 12 consecutive years. Ginny's dedication to Pomfret students lasted far beyond their graduation. She organized a reunion program for Voice in 2002, a 40th anniversary celebration for the Afro-Latin Society, and an Alumni of Color reunion in 2004. At their retirement in 2014, Pomfret School awarded Ginny and Marshall the Lifetime Achievement Award for their exceptional contribution and devotion to the efforts of building diversity here at Pomfret. 3 years later, Ginny was honored with the creation of the Virginia S. Eaton Multicultural Resource Center. Since their retirement, Marshall and Ginny have continued to connect with alumni with countless emails, cards, phone calls, and visits. They maintain close ties with many of their former students and their families. In particular, Ginny and Marshall enjoy hosting members of the Pomfret family during their travels up and down the East Coast. Now well into adulthood, these alumni describe Marshall and Ginny as selfless, kind, and welcoming. Perhaps the best description would be in the words of a former student who said, "Your kindness and care for me has helped me to become a competent and successful adult. You made my life better then, and that foundation of generosity makes my life better now." Please welcome Marshall and Ginny to the stage and join me in congratulating them both as the 24 recipients of the Awards. I have to count myself fortunate as one of those annual recipients of a Ginny Eaton birthday card. It's pretty remarkable, without fail. Please join me in congratulating all of our award recipients one more time.